Aloha and welcome back to another video, guys. We recently posted some short videos of our trip to Europe, and the purpose of those were to share a glimpse of our adventure as we travel to specific destinations. Today, we start sharing more in detail our journey on this itinerary. It was packed with things to do, see, and taste. Our first Europe destination in this itinerary is going to be Rome. To get there, we had to take the 5.5-hour flight from our beautiful island of Oahu to San Diego, California, where we spent the night, then a 10.5-hour flight to England. We had a 3-hour layover before we boarded our last plane to our first destination in Italy. And this is where it all begins, in the eternal city of Rome. Since we only had one day in Rome, we wanted to explore some of its most iconic landmarks. The magnificent Vatican Museum, the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, the famous Spanish Steps, the iconic Trevi Fountain, the famous Colosseum, and finally, the vibrant atmosphere at Piazza Navona. So let's begin our journey, guys. Well, our first day in Rome, and it rained on us.
Oh, and here's not too bad. Not. Hi everybody, we're here 6 a.m., no crowds, Trenty content.
Our first tour wasn't going to start until 8 a.m. the next morning at the Vatican Museum. But my wife and I could not wait to start our day, so we got up at 5:30 in the morning and decided to take the 15-minute walk to the Trevi Fountain just to see what the ambience was. Even though it was raining, we did not let it stop us from wanting to enjoy our first day in Rome. We got to experience this iconic place with very few people and the ambience on a rainy day in Rome, an experience we will never forget. Our first official stop in this itinerary is the renowned Vatican Museum. We took the metro to our meeting place where we met our tour guide. From there, we walked to the skip the line entrance, and within 10 minutes from our meeting point, we were inside the museum. By the way, we highly recommend booking a tour for this. As we enter, we're greeted by a vast collection of art and historical treasures. From ancient sculptures to intricate tapestries, the museum houses some of the world's most exquisite works. The frescoes by Michelangelo are nothing short of breathtaking. The detail of every painting, big or small, told the story of the history we all admire, mainly a biblical one. We are in awe of all the amazing details of every painting and sculptures as we take this tour. After spending about an hour and a half at the Vatican Museum, we walked next door to the majestic St. Peter's Basilica, the heart of the Vatican City. The sheer size of this architectural masterpiece leaves us in awe as well. Inside, we witnessed the grandeur of the interior, adorned with stunning mosaics, statues, and Michelangelo's iconic Pieta. This place was just amazingly huge, and according to our guide, it's the biggest church in the world. We spent about 45 minutes wandering around, admiring everything we could lay our eyes on. The walls and ceilings were adorned with sculpture or a painting that told a story. All we could say is, wow, what an amazing place. And we could have spent more time here, but we had a tight schedule, so we had to cut it short and move on. Next, we take a 10-minute walk to the metro and make our way to the iconic Spanish Steps, a beloved meeting point for locals and visitors alike. The Spanish Steps provide the perfect spot for people watching and taking in the charming surroundings. It's no wonder they have become an essential part of Rome's allure. There isn't much to see here other than taking the steps up to the top to capture that photo or admire the view from the top. Since my wife and I have done it in the past, we decided to just admire them from below. All this adventure worked up an appetite, so we make our way to one of the many restaurants in this area before continuing on our itinerary to the Trevi Fountain. Here we go, guys. Our first sit-down restaurant here in Rome. We ordered quite a few appetizers. prosciutto, olives, some bread, and this one is the mixed seafood and spaghetti. After stopping for lunch, we walked about 15 minutes to the Trevi fountain, a true symbol of Rome's charm. With its intricate details, it's no wonder this fountain is a favorite among visitors. Legend has it that tossing a coin into the fountain ensures you return back to Rome. I'm not sure this legend is completely true because this was our second visit for us, and we did not toss a coin last time. But to make it more fun and more memorable, you're more than welcome to join in the tradition. If you want to avoid the crowd, let me give you a tip. Wake up early at sunrise and make your way to this spot. You will be rewarded with a nearly empty area so you can take those pictures and enjoy the beauty of this fountain without the crowd as you see here. Our next stop is the mighty Colosseum. But before we took the 25-minute walk, we decided it was time for a gelato. Wow.
Oh my, I have cheesecake and panna cotta.
Cheesecake and panna cotta?
Chocolate dip cone with the peanuts and a waffle top.
How about you, Maria?
Mento chocolate.
And Willard? He has no idea.
Tiramisu. Gonna lick, bro. Gonna lick.
And I decided to be different because I didn't want to make a mess like this, guys. So I went with, I think it was cheesecake and fresa, which is strawberry. Well, guys, here we are at the Colosseum now. The Colosseum has endured many changes from the beginning of its construction in 72 AD. It took 8 years to complete and it seated 50,000 spectators. As the Roman Empire declined, so did the Colosseum, and the grand structure fell into disrepair. It suffered from natural disasters, vandalism, and looting, losing its former glory. In the centuries that followed, various efforts were made to restore and preserve the Colosseum. And finally, it was recognized as an iconic symbol of Roman history and culture. This led to extensive restoration projects in the modern era. Today, the Colosseum stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, captivating millions of visitors each year. Our final destination is the lively Piazza Navona, known for its vibrant atmosphere and stunning fountains. We took a 15-minute bus ride from the Colosseum to get here. It is surrounded by beautiful buildings. This bustling square is a hub of activity. Street performers, artists, and locals mingle as we take in the sights and we indulge in a delicious Aperol spritz and soak up the contagious energy of this captivating place. And there you have it, my fellow explorers. Our adventure through Rome's iconic landmarks has come to an end. Join us on our next video as we embark on another exciting journey to Naples, Italy, where we also spend one day exploring the history of the Herculaneum and some other landmarks. Okay.
Catching the cab to go to Naples. Okay, let's go, Chico.
Thank you for watching and see you soon. Get out there and live, guys.